Porcelynne here, and welcome to the second installment about the fabrics. So the fabrics we're going to cover today are my stretch fabrics. So let's come down into the table. These two fabrics are my power net. They're also called power mesh. There is a difference between power net and power mesh though. Let me just, I think I've got an example behind me of some power mesh. So mesh, this is not something I sell. This is actually something I bought. Power mesh is like super stretchy. It's really good for underwear and anything that you need a fair amount of stretch on. This is not to be used on a bra. So this is, you always want to kind of look to see what I think this is like, what is it? This one might be like 70 or 80 GSM, so it's super stretchy. This one here is the one I recently started carrying, and I have like 1,000 yards of these. So I won't be out of these anytime soon. This is, I think, 230 GSM. And so you can see it's fairly opaque. You might be able to see my hand, hair. I can see my fingers a little bit. So this one's pretty opaque, and it's pretty firm. So we can kind of look. It's got a very firm, you can kind of see, let me do it in white better because you can probably see the shadows. So you can see it just has a little bit of pull that way and a little bit of pull this way, a little bit more in this direction. So the reason why it is actually called power net and power mesh is that it has like little squares, rectangles into it. Let's see if I can kind of zoom up and kind of see. I'm probably out of focus up here. So it has like these little square shapes. And that gives it a rectangle, okay. Rectangle. And so this allows it to have an equal pull this direction and this direction. So it's not a woven fabric. So it's got these little shapes that allow for, everything to kind of stretch equally. Now it's a little different on spandex because it's knitted differently, it's created differently, that this is going to always behave differently than a spandex will. And I'll show you some spandex over here. This stuff is going to last a lot longer on the back band and on shapewear and other stuff like that because there's not separate, the spandex fibers are kind of all in it together. On some of the spandex that you wear, it may have more spandex in one direction. It's a little bit different. So this one, you can see, is really firm. It's a lot firmer than the stuff I used to carry. And it actually took me a long time to find this stuff. So I'm going to check the stretch on this. Do I have some pins laying around here? Emily, oh, there they are. Two pins. I got 2 pins right here.
3.
Okay, so we want to check our stretch going across. And so when you have your fabric, you can use either this direction or this direction. It really, honestly, it depends on you. You're going to have people saying that, no, you can't cut it in this direction or you can't cut it in this direction. It is up to you. You can do whatever you want when you're sewing. So that's my rule. You can do whatever you want. We're going to check the stretch going across
That's not your
this.
rule.
Well, why not? Why can't it be the rule? Okay, so I'm going to probably should have done this a little bit differently since it's upside down, since I folded it in that direction. So I'm going to get that. Okay, so I'm going to line that up here. So right here, this is why I didn't want to do that. Now it's all on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to line this up to that point, to this over here. And this maximum stretch is about 21, 22%. You usually don't factor in the full stretch when you're doing this, the band, unless you want things really, really tight. In general, when you're factoring in stretch, you're going to pull it until it hits resistance because that's about where it's going to be worn. When you're wearing it so tight that you're pulling it as far, and actually my fingers are turning white, you might be able to see, it should never be worn this tight. So in general, about 20%, you can see I like to bounce it, kind of see exactly where to get an average. Okay, so on average, this stretch is about 20%. Full maximum capacity where my fingers are turning white and pink, it's 30%. So this one is actually really firm in this direction. And we can also do it in this direction too. So why don't we check this? And this way it'll give you a better idea in case you're running low on fabric. If you want to cut it in a different direction, you may need to actually adjust your pattern for that other stretch amount. So let's say you want this to go across the body. Hold that there. And this one's full maximum stretch is about 30%, 35%. So it's about the same thing as the other one. So both directions on this one are about equal. And the black and white are going to be identical. They came from the same factory. So I have some lightweight. So this is my two-way spandex. And so this one is not that heavy. This is a good weight to probably use for like a shirt or just different athletic stuff. So it's pretty stretchy. Let's see, I think I have a couple more pieces in here. They're buried. I had forgotten to photograph this one. So this one's not on the website yet. I got to rephotograph that. I have this color. Now this is not the same color as the orchid. So here, this is orchid. This is actually called iris. So it's very similar. It's in the similar family, and they probably work together like in a collection, but this color and this color are different. This is orchid, this is iris. And this is the only thing I have in this iris color. So it's a little bit more in the blue tone. And so this one has a little bit more stretch. It's thinner. You can see it's fairly thin. I think this would be nice as just like a little athletic top.
They're shiny.
They're shiny. Definitely not good for bottom weight. You could use it for a bathing suit, but you're going to want to line it with something that's going to give you a little bit of support on it. I have not checked these with chlorine, so I don't know how well they're due. I think there was one other color. Let me look. Let's see.
Yellow.
Coming through here. Thought there was, is this it? There it is. And so this one is it's like a darker rose pink. So it's a little bit darker than, so this was the rose pink of the cup lining. And so it's a little darker in shade. But you can certainly pair stuff together with these. You can even use this for cup fabric if you stabilize it. So you can always fuse some tricot lining to the back, and you can use this to make a real shiny bra.
Is this type in the?
Yeah, this is kind of like the shirt that I've got. It's stretchy,
it's
same event. Yes, it's shiny. But I wouldn't wear something this shiny as a shirt. I mean, you can. Okay, so we're going to look here at the stretch. This is going, so you can see that this is the selvage over here. So this is going up and down, and this is going across. So across has a little bit more firm. But if you're going to be wearing something, you want to make sure that that long stretch goes around the body and not up and down, because as you wear it, this is kind of your head here and your feet down here. As you wear it, it's going to slowly get longer and longer as you wear it throughout the day. So you want to make the stretch go across the body. So this one you'll have to be careful with how you cut it and to be careful on that. So let's check. Huh?
I want to see.
Yes, we're going to check the stretch. So I'm going to throw a pin right there.
Here you go.
So, thank you.
No, but it didn't get me because I have my shoes on.
Okay. So keeping that one there, this one here, it looks like I'm going to pin it a little too far out. Right there. You can see this one stretches a lot. It wasn't. So you can see this one stretches
80?
a lot, all the way up to 70%.
No, 80.
Well, 80's at the end of that line. So that's all the way up to 70%. And so this is very, very stretchy. It's not going to give you a lot of support unless you do stabilize it or use something else for lining. I would not use this for a sports bra unless you're going to really add some more, substance to the bra itself. So this is the two-way. So I only have these, actually, no. Sorry, I've got 3 colors. This one is also 4 colors. So I have 4 colors. This one's not as shiny. This is the golden yellow. It's not as matte. It's has a little bit of shine to it. It looks like it may be about the same stretch as this. So if I were to take, let's see, selvages next to each other. Where's the selvage? So I'm going to take the selvage together, kind of just to do a quick test without doing that. Yeah, they're about the same stretch. I'm pulling the same amount. So this one's just as stretchy as that. It's not very thick. Well, I said it would be a nice shirt. It's not as shiny. It's a little bit more matte. It does have some shine to it. So those are my two-way stretches.
So you can have it 100%?
No.
Is this one?
Okay, now this is my one-way stretch. And this one's a lot thicker. So this could work really well for a sports bra. It is fairly stretchy in one direction, not really anything in the other. So this, of course, would go around the body in this direction. So let's see. Oh, hold on, honey. I'm gonna fold that. And so this is the orchid. Put where the head is. Actually, I did not put that in very straight.
Yep.
Get that straight. You have the hiccups?
Yep, I've had
Did
them.
you eat lunch too fast?
No, it was before.
Oh, you had the hiccups before lunch? Okay.
I just kept it in.
Here is this one. And full stretch, full to the full capacity is about 50%. So this is a little bit stretchier than the power mesh. If you want to use this,
It's
it is
less.
it's stretchier than the power mesh. So if you want to use this for a back band, you're going to want to layer it possibly with this. So you could always put this kind of behind it, which would then kind of give you more of that stability. And what you could do is, I mean, you could easily make your pattern for this fabric, just knowing it's going to stretch a lot more. But the difference with this is this fabric is actually going to break down faster than this one would. So if you're going to be having a lot of pulling and stuff on this fabric, you're going to bet that this bra is not going to last as long as this one. But if you were to layer it, this helps distribute the pulling, the weight that's on the fabric, so it doesn't destroy the spandex as much. So this one was, what did we say? It was full stretch, 50%, normal stretch about 30%. So you can also restrict the stretch. Ow, you stepped on my foot. You can also restrict the stretch with your elastics. So the elastics can also play a role in keeping that back from stretching all the way out. But of course, the best way to do is to do with this. Now, if you're going to be lining it with this, you want to do the same stretch test with both pieces together, because this could make even more of a difference. So if we were to take, I'm going to fix the pins. I just want to get it all together. Okay, so we got that there. I'm going to put this one here. So with that power mesh, full stretch is 20%. Full. That's full capacity stretch.
Whoa.
So it definitely restricts it a little bit more, so it
30.
allows it to
It's minus
be
30%.
firmer. Okay.
So something
can you
was
get down off the off there? Okay.
So if something was 30%, it would be 0%.
Well, this, I mean,
stretch?
it's not to say that this couldn't be used for a back band. It's going to have more restrictions. So I've got a pile of fabric here, of course, and they're not in the right order. So let me show you the colors I have in this one. I have the orchid. I have the royal blue. Beautiful royal blue. Nice and shiny.
I have it.
We have my light, bright blue, which could also be turquoise, but I liked light, bright blue. It's easier for search terms. So you can see that this is the same color.
Yeah, that looks
And then,
mostly
let's see.
same.
And then this is the royal of the cup lining. So everything really does coordinate here. Let's see. We also have a light pink.
Light pink?
Yep, it's just a light pink.
It looks like it's
So we have the light pink, which is a different color than the rose pink. Not to say these can't be used together, but it's definitely a different color. And then we've got, let's see, I think we got a burgundy down here. We have the burgundy. And again, so this was the red. So you can see that's a different color. Or can you see? It's a red. Where's the burgundy? The burgundy. Here is the burgundy of the the stabilized. So all the colors do work together and are very friendly. And let's see, I think I've got another, oh, I got some silver. So I've got like a silver, there's not a lot of this one. Yes, gray, silver is gray. So I've got silver, and then, oh, one last one. We have the violet. So
pretty.
it is the violet, purple. I have both names in the search, so you'll see under certain lights it looks more blue. There's really a deep purple violet. Okay, so these are all the one ways. This is all the same type of fabric. Let's set that here.
That's a lot.
Okay, now I've got, of course, this is probably the bigger piece. Let me get this one. This is what I'm calling my compression knit. This one was part of the stuff from Fredericks of Hollywood. As you can see, it is very firm. So I am actually going to be using this for my shapewear. So this will give you a little bit more compression. And depending on which direction, so you see you have more stretch this way. So that means this way should be cut around the body, this way up and down. And if, of course, you want to have double, a little bit more, you can just completely double it and
it's not really much stretch.
Yeah, exactly. So this stuff's pretty good. Let's see. Let's check the stretch on it, as we said, this way. So on the length of the selvage is where it's stretchier. So we're gonna check this. And it may be close enough to the power net that you could actually use this for a back band, because this is actually pretty good stuff. So this is also nylon. So this one has, yeah, this one's pretty much the same as the power net. So it's fully stretched at 30%, average stretch at 20%. Okay. So that's the last of the stuff from the Fredericks of Hollywood stuff, and I have a couple other knits that I'm using for my sports bras, and so you may have seen some of the other videos where I talked about them. So these three fabrics are nylon spandex. I think they're 78% nylon, 12% spandex. The tag's actually over on the computer near David. You have to, yeah, I can't see that far. Okay. It is 28% spandex, 72% nylon. And this stuff is really good for the sports bra. It's very soft. It's like butter. It feels really good against the skin. And so you can see it's pretty firm. And I'll check the stretch for you so you can see that. So these three are all the same types of fabric. So of this, we have actually about the stretch in the same amount going up and down.
Is it four-way? What is that four-way?
Yeah, two-way. One way, two-way. So what I like to do when the fabrics are really about the same in both directions, I like to cut my pattern out using the lines. So if the lines on the pattern I can visibly see going this way, this is the direction that I want to have my pattern pieces. So it's kind of like on the cross grain, because I like the lines to go up and down. But that's just my own preference. I know it doesn't really matter, but you have just about as much stretch in both directions. So fold it this way. So I get my stretch gauge.
You should keep this at home so that you can make more.
All of this fabric that I brought here, this is staying here for me to make stuff out of. So they're just samples of everything so I can get creative. So this one, full stretch capacity, 30%. So this is the same, you know.
Actually 40.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe 40. So 40% full stretch, average is about 25, 30-ish. So you can see this is a good one for the sports bra. This one is the wicking fabric that I have. It has a little bit more stretch, and it is also really, really soft. If anything, it might even be softer than those. But you can use this as a lining. You can use this as...
I like these better.
Okay, well, you can use this as a lining. You can use this for the outside layer. It may have a little bit more stretch than this does. So we can check to see, let's see, direction that way, direction that way. It looks like there's a little bit more stretch this way, and the lines are going that way. So my lines are going up and down this way. This is kind of the direction I want to have my pattern laying. So just fold it.
Boxy.
Here, can you work on trying to put some of these fabrics back into the box?
Okay.
Put Emily, you gotta pick the box up and put it over, and then try and fold them neatly or put them in there folded. Okay. And so you can see this one's got a little bit more stretch. This one's got about a 50% stretch, max 60% stretch. So this one is gonna be a little bit stretchier than this other one, although it's still fairly firm. You know, and once you get the 2 layers on it for a sports bra, it lessens it. So let's say we're here. It ends up coming to about, what, 40%. So it restricts it more the more layers you have in there. But this one will be stretchier than the other ones. So if you're gonna make a sports bra with this, you can always size down because you know this is gonna stretch a little bit more. And I know black is really hard to see exactly what's going on, but you can see it's really soft, flowy. Okay, and I think we can shoot back up here. Emily, blocking me. As Emily starts to put my fabrics away, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I will be doing another video soon of the laces and the other cup fabrics. Oh, and I also have these giant bins of all of the new trims. These are all the new trims that I have in the shop.
And bows.
And I'll go over that on another video. And bows, trims, elastics, all that fun stuff. But thanks so much, and see you next time.